What's up, everybody? This is John with this loser, Steve, and this fucking haircut. I mean, what are we doing, folks? Oh, by the way, I forgot to. Who is my co-host?
I'll give you that. It was a good intro. It was a good intro. What's up, guys? It's Steve.
It was quick and explosive.
Fucking degrade me. Jesus Christ.
I thought you liked that. I seen your Tinder profile history.
Fucking call me a loser. God damn. As if having to fucking pay the government taxes wasn't enough, you dickhead. You gotta slam me with that too.
I don't want to hear about taxes. I get fucked in taxes. Royally, physically, like no lube, just straight bend over, take the Uncle Sam shaft. That sounded bad. Yeah, no.
I will say it's my
Actually,
fault. It's my fault. I subconsciously assumed that my ex and I were going to get back together, so I didn't bother changing my W-4 at work. Well, so it went a whole year of married.
You got the new job after you guys were decidedly done.
No.
Oh.
So my W-4 was set to married filing jointly.
You can't change it at the end of the year?
I didn't think about it. I did now. It's changed now.
Chalk one up for the ex-wife.
Yeah, I'm just like... But anyhow, I hope everybody had a great week. We hope everybody had a great week. We're going to be trying some more different promotional stuff here because, well, be honest with you, the views are slipping and none of us like that. Neither of us like that. So we're going to try some new promotional shit here. We're also going to try cutting down.
That doesn't work. www./ bald white guy OnlyFans. All proceeds will go to help out your boy. All right, I'm in a journey here.
All right, guys. So like we said last week, we're going to do this week is the conspiracy theory and the cryptids. So I've got the cryptid. We're doing the Squonk. And if you guys listen to the episode on PA's cryptid, that is what PA's cryptid is, the Squonk. So John, you want to do your conspiracy theory? Let people know what it is, or are we going to wait on that, or
who wants to go first?
All right. I guess I'll take it.
Rock, paper, scissors. Bring it, bitch.
All right. Ready?
Boom. What are you jacking off?
Yeah, dude.
I knew them knuckles looked shiny.
Yeah. But all right. So when it comes to the wonderful world of wacky cryptids, we have PA's the Squonk. And that is spelled Squonk. So
it's
if I pronounce it,
Pennsylvania has on Tinder and Facebook dating, they're called Squonks. All right, I'm going to mute.
Yeah, honestly, dude, as I describe this, yeah.
I'm going to mute my end because I'm not going to be able to let you talk about it without me making jokes.
Alrighty, so the scientific name for this thing, I don't know how the fuck it managed to have a scientific name, but it does. The scientific name is called Lacrimacorpus dissolvens. Okay. Don't ask me where we're at with it. So it is reputed to live in the hemlock forest of northern PA. So like the Poconos up in that area. The legend started here in the late 19th century at the height of PA's hunting and timber boom. So for those of you that are familiar with PA, we had a huge lumber boom, huge timber boom, obviously a huge hunting boom, hence why the elk are now all on protected land, and you have to draw a damn ticket to hunt the sons of bitches. But either way, we have one of those big booms, and as all things happen during those big booms, people work hard. They want to relieve their stress of the day by drinking alcoholic adult beverages, and chances are somebody got a little bit too under the weather with their relaxation medicine. So they started telling stories. The first written account of the Squonk is in a book called Creatures of the Lumber Woods with a Few Desert and Mountain Beasts. It was written in 1910 by a gentleman called William T. Cox. And in that, it's the squonk is said to have skin that's ill-fitting and covered in warts. It is ashamed of its appearance, so it constantly cries. When it's cornered, it dissolves into a pool of tears and bubbles. So that's where we're at with that. It is also rumored that a J.P. Wentling is supposed to have caught one in a bag. Well, not caught one, but he coaxed it into the bag. Don't know how he may have done that. I don't know what they eat. Didn't tell me what they eat. But said he just coasted into a bag, and when he got home, bag felt lighter. He looked only to see the liquid remains of what he coaxed into the bag. So that is where we're at on that. And then in 2015 here, Fearsome Creatures by Hal Johnson was written, and it's pretty much breaks it down to a little bit more simplistic terms, I guess you would use. It says it's pretty much a pig covered in warts with cauliflower ear. That's covered in wax and hair. Its tusks are crooked and yellow, with obviously it's constantly weeping, rheumy eyes is the adjective that it used for its eyes. It's also considered to be fearsome. Apparently, its misery is contagious. So I'd have been interested to see if J.P. Wentling, since he coaxed one into a bag, if he was miserable for the rest of his life. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Like I need more information on this thing. It's said to, like I said, it lives in the Pocono Mountains. And this is out of the 2015 book. Said to live in the Pocono Mountains. However, it does have a means of reproduction, and that is binary fission, which obviously for those of you that don't know what that is, pretty much just splits in two, and you have another one. So, yeah, the squonk, like pictures of it, I've been racking my brain here because I play a lot of games, and I've been racking my brain because it looks like a creature in one of the games that I play, and I cannot for the life of me remember what damn game it is. But yeah, that is the Squonk of Pennsylvania, as they would say. So if you guys are ever up north Pennsylvania and you hear crying and it's just coming from some random odd ass place that you're 100% positive that no one's there, probably a squonk. So proceed with caution. But I actually thought it was pretty cool. And like I said, if you see the pictures of it, it looks weird as shit. Like the one description that I read said that it had 4 legs, but one of them's transparent and it's behind the other one. And then some of them I saw that it had 2 legs. Like it was like, what is that? The Slimer from Ghostbusters, like him on 2 legs and just big ass crying eyes. That's what some of the pictures were. And I'm honestly surprised that it like disappears into a puddle of tears and bubbles. I think one would assume that bubbles are happy and joyful, but apparently in this case that is not it. I'm also curious as well where they got the scientific name for this thing. Again, that is Lacrimacorpus dissolvens. No fucking clue. Zero fucking clue. So, I mean, that's really all that was out there on the squonk. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more if I did like a super deep dive, but because this is a split episode here, it won't be that deep of a dive. So, but yeah, that is the squonk, and I might actually see if I can get my hands on some of these books. I'm anxious to read some of them and see what all they have to say about it. But yeah, the next cryptid here that either I do or John does, I want to try to do like a Wendigo or a Yeti. I think those would be pretty cool. I think those would be fucking awesome. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, this world's filled with odd creatures. Like Mothman, I know is one. Obviously, we have the Chupacabra, the Yeti, Bigfoot. And depending on who you talk to, certain people think Bigfoot and Sasquatch are two different things. So, depending on who you talk to, there's that. So, I mean, we definitely have a big base on that. And then, as we also said last week, the other thing that we're going to be doing is like Wild West Legends. So, that's going to take place next week. And like we had said, we're gonna try some different promotional stuff here. We gotta get this out. We need some shares. We need to get the shares out there. All right. So yeah, we have covered the Squonk and some of the other cryptids that we might be doing. And that's where we're at with all that. So if you guys have any ideas for promotional stuff, shoot us a comment.
The dogs are back up here now.
Oh, hello, pups. All right, so you're up with your conspiracy theory.
It's not really a conspiracy theory as much as like something that they actually did and they didn't tell anybody about until people were like, why are we having all these Germans over here? And then they figured it out. It's Operation Paperclip.
Oh.
But it was basically in like 1930s to 1962. Any German scientists that we thought were smart enough, even if they were part of like the Nazi party,
they kidnapped them, didn't they? They pretty much kidnapped them, didn't they?
No, they said they kidnapped them and they were going to stand trial for their crimes. But realistically, we moved their families, their kids, all that over here and gave them citizenship if they could help design our weapons the same way that the Germans designed them. Because during that time, the Germans had better air weapons than we had. And because we did that, Russia started snatching people. They took about 2,500 Nazi scientists. But we, like I said, we weren't the only people that did it. Russia did it too.
I'm pretty sure every country has done that.
But a bunch of the scientists that we gave citizenship to, when they got over here and they didn't prove as useful as they said they were going to be, we sent them back to Germany to be tried for war crimes in the trials. We took about 1,600 people, and it cost, in today's money, about $10 billion to relocate that many people to here, and gave them citizenship and all that. And
did you know damn well when Russia did it, Russia gave them some like fucking peasant mansion and was like, here, work.
They told everybody we're recruiting Nazi, or they didn't call them Nazi. They said German specialists and their families. We relocated about 1,600 experts to help us better our military. Roughly, it would have cost about $10 billion today, but including figures von Braun, you know who that is, right?
Oh yeah.
We brought him over. Not only did we bring him over, they made him the head of like NASA. Space. Yeah, and then they were giving out awards in his honor until recently. Well, not really recently, like 10 years ago, when they were like, hey, this dude was a Nazi. He killed a bunch of people. So they stopped doing it. They claim they stopped doing it. Realistically, they just changed the names.
Well, yeah, because that was like, he was like the, what would I put this as? The idol of Homer Hickam.
Yeah, well, they claim that von Braun was like the lead for the NASA space program. Like they claim that he developed and implemented like all the military space technology during the Cold War, but all he really did was take all the shit that he did from Russia and put like a US flag on the side of it. And he ended up getting, I'm pretty sure he died in America. I don't think he ever, I'd have to look. He might have got sent back.
No, I'm pretty sure he did, because like Like I said, like he was Homer Hickham's idol. That's that man idolized that guy.
Yeah, but there was somebody that there was people that he brought with him that they didn't get sent back because of it. They were like, okay, I'll go back, but they can't go back. So I don't think that we should have done that.
No, no.
But basically the US during that time was lying to everybody and saying they were like seeking asylum and that we needed to help and they were trying to get away. But really we were just using them to make our military a lot stronger and using them for what they did for the Germans. And they would tell us where they were hiding, like the V2 rocket plans. I don't know if you know what the V2 rockets are. They were basically like the first really good missile, and Germany had it.
Of course.
Their scientists told us what caves they were hiding the rocket plans in, because Germany was hiding the bitches in caves and closing the caves off. And once we figured out where they were, we promised the rest of our allies that we would share the plans.
And we didn't.
No, we didn't. We didn't share anything. We sent our guys in, they got the plans, and then they figured out a way to get them onto planes and into trucks and out of Germany to the U.S. as fast as possible. We didn't share them with anybody. We did share smaller models of like their propulsion systems, but we didn't do shit.
Oh my god!
Pretty much all Operation Paperclip was a big lie, so we could steal Germans and bring them over here.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I'm probably gonna be hated for this, but dude, that's like pretty much modern day slavery. Like, hey, guess what? We're gonna bring you here to the U.S. This is what I'm saying, modern day, because they gave them amenities, but we used them. But and then whenever they were shit, they were like, "Yep, fuck out, bye."
Well, there was a guy. I apologize if you can hear my dog walking around. There was a guy in Ohio that, like a few years ago, somebody recognized him as one of the main, like,
it was that Netflix documentary, Monster Next Door.
Yeah, and they ended up recognizing him somehow. They scooped his ass up and sent his ass back, and he was in like his 80s. He worked for as painful it is to say, he worked at the Lima Ford stamping plant.
Yeah, dude, like that's like the US's like go-to is to be like
during Paperclip, the people that they brought over here, we didn't send back their whole families. We sent if the Germans could prove that such and such was in a concentration camp doing fucked up stuff, we only sent him back. His wife and kids and his kids' they got to stay. So, like, out of 1,600, say you sent back the husband for each one of those, we still brought 1,200 people over here.
Yeah, because I can guarantee they were fucking like rabbits.
Yeah, but say on average 1 per 4 is the husband. We sent back 400 men, maybe. And we didn't actually send them all back. We only sent the biggest ones back. But we didn't technically send them straight back to Germany. We sent them to a resort in like France or something for like a month before, so that way Germany can prove that who they were. So they got to live at a resort without their family for about a month, like ski resorts, before they had to go back and get smoked.
If they got smoked.
Oh, they definitely got killed. That's like the chick in the US that was arrested in 2003. That's the one I was going to do, but I couldn't find a lot of stuff currently about her because she only got locked up from 2023 or 2003 up until 2020. She got 20 years for being one of the biggest spies during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where she is now, but everybody's like, she wants her privacy. She got 15 undercover agents from America killed in Cuba by telling their identities. And it wasn't like she was being scammed. She was being paid millions of dollars, equal to like today's money. In 2002, 2003, before she got caught, she made millions. And the only reason she was caught was because one of the people in Cuba was like, look, if you give me asylum, I'll tell you who's giving us all this information. I only know her by Agent W, but I'll tell you who it was. The fucked up thing was the girl's whole family was in the FBI, and some of them were like higher end FBI agents. It was an Asian girl, and she thought like her whole family was like all American. And then she was basically like in high school, she got brought into like different groups where she started believing in like Castro and his mission and his statements and all that. So she was like hardcore Castro. So when we would send people to try to kill him, she'd be like, hey, fucking Steven's coming over there. He'll be there on the 2nd of June. He's coming over with a plane full of like props and supplies and stuff. If you let him get out of the airport, he's coming to kill Castro.
So I'm curious
They would snatch up
if she
Steven
might be the reason why the Bay of Pigs failed.
Well, nobody. The messed up thing is the FBI, when they promoted her, they didn't redo her background check and see like her bank accounts or who she'd been meeting with. Because when the FBI does your background check when you get promoted, they give you like a tail for a few weeks to see where you're going and all that.
Yeah.
So they didn't know that she had already went to Cuba like 7 times on her vacations. She was meeting Cuban associates at a coffee place in DC once a week and giving them information. But the FBI was like, thank goodness we upgraded our file systems, because then she just had to remember all of it and write it down later. She couldn't just walk out with a big folder. Yeah, but you didn't background check this girl and then you promoted her, and she was the queen. Like if you look her up, she was the queen of the Cuban Missile Crisis. She was the leader in FBI Cuban intelligence, and her family never noticed. She only got caught because she turned over. It was like Havana reunite a Havana civilian plane with like 12 people on it. She told them that there was going to be 2 people on the plane whose job was to try to assassinate Castro. One with a pen that had poison in it, so when he clicked it, it would just take him out like immediately. And then the other one was supposed to try to poison his food. Well, when they were like, we got to figure out a way to stop them from getting here, instead of killing just them 2, they shot down the plane and killed 15 people. And they were like, hey, somebody snitched.
Yeah.
And it was her. And it took them almost a year and a half of trying to figure out who she was while she was still doing it. And they let her keep her job. They didn't demote her or nothing like that, because then she would have known. But
yeah, that would have sent up instant red flag.
While they were tailing her, they were still letting real information go through her to Cuba. They didn't try to like change it up to verify that it was her. They just kept going. They were just trying not to do as much of the important stuff through her.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. Like that's I don't know. I feel like that's like I look back at it, dude. Like, what the hell are you gonna do with all like out of nowhere all that money shows up? What the hell are you gonna do with it? Like, I can promise you right now, if say like middle of June, I paid off all my fucking credit cards, all this, like paid my truck off, all that, somebody would get a red flag some fucking where. Like, I don't know. Like, it's the same with like bribes back in the days, and even probably now with like, oh, I'll give you $100,000 if you let me slide on this. One, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't get me wrong, I know what I could do with $100,000, but if I do it, like, say I go buy a house, people are like, where the fuck did you get the money out for that? If I go pay my truck off, where the fuck did you get the money out for that? Like, there's gonna be questions asked.
Yes, but you got to remember this was like the 80s, and they were just getting into checking bank accounts and shit. They
Yeah,
weren't
true.
they weren't like full fledged.
Yeah, you're right.
I found out yesterday that TJX has a special investigation force that can track your bank accounts if they think you're like an associate that's stealing a bunch of shit from them. They can track your bank accounts, your location. Other companies agree to give them security footage if you're at their restaurant so they can figure out how and where you're spending the money. That feels illegal. And when they
This
detain
is
you,
what is this?
TJ Maxx.
Dude, so what's funny about that?
Hold on,
What is
hold on. That's not
hilarious?
the worst part.
Okay, yeah,
Because
keep
when
going. I'm
they
sorry.
detain you, they wear body cameras during their investigation to try to get as much information out of you before the police come in and actually arrest you. Look, if a TJ Maxx security guard tries to detain me and take me into a dark room with a body camera, we got problems.
Ready for the fun part of this?
You've been in that dark room?
No.
Oh,
My brother used to be an associate at TJ Maxx. Those security people cannot touch you. They cannot lay a finger on you.
I think things might have changed because now you're talking about loss prevention. I'm talking about TJ Maxx corporate headquarters has an investigative
Oh, they're corporate headquarters.
division.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll just say loss prevention. Those security guards cannot touch you.
Well, they're not even supposed to follow you off of the sidewalk in front of the store the last time I heard about it. Like once you get into the parking lot, they're supposed to stop. They're supposed to stay there and try to get like a vehicle make, model, and plate.
Yep.
Because if they follow you out in the parking lot, they get their ass whooped. Now that's on them.
Yeah.
But
I my brother was telling me about that, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. If I see somebody stealing something, I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna be like, the fuck do you think you're doing? No, yeah, like I'd cause a huge fucking scene. Like, and it comes to the point. Say I'm Mr. Joe Citizen that's cashing out at TJ Maxx, and I hear somebody yelling, "Oh, they're stealing! They're stealing!" Guess who's getting fucking like chop blocked at the door?
You're only doing that because you've seen that Samoan girl from Best Buy, like Goldberg, tackle that one dude, and Dana White was like, "Come on, we'll take you," because Best Buy fired her for putting hands on a customer.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I'm Mr. Joe Concerned Citizen, that's just cashing out. Like I'm done. I'm done shopping. I'm chop blocking that motherfucker when he's leaving. Like they're gonna be embarrassed. They're gonna run. So as they're running to the door, I'm gonna meet them at the door, and I'm just chop blocking them.
There's so many companies now, especially in like California, where they're not even, the associates can't say anything to you. Like you see videos online of like 10 people going in, smashing open all the like fucking lock boxes, and yeah, then they steal all that shit, and the CVS people just stand there like, we're calling the police, but that's all they can do. They can't. They're not even allowed to intervene because of the way California's laws are. Like they can't step in front of you. But now some of those dudes that own the 7-Elevens in California, those Middle Eastern guys, you go to rob them and they beat you half to death with a broom handle, and I feel like you deserve it.
You're being very polite with a broom handle, dude. I watched the one dude. He had I know he had to have fucking like 3rd-degree burns, but like he grabbed the hot dog machine, the roller off the hot dog machine, and beat the shit out of somebody. And I'm like,
I think I saw that one actually.
Like I know that man had to have some kind of burns, but he beat the shit out of that man with the hot dog roller. And I'm like, oh my god, dude.
My favorite one is the dude in San Francisco. He owns a 7-Eleven, Middle Eastern dude. He is on the news saying, he's like, do you smell that? It's shit. And then he's like, they shit over here, they shit over there. He put loudspeakers on the outside of 7-Eleven. He blasts like orchestra music all night. And people are like, well, that's interrupting their lives and how they sleep. He's like, fuck them. Fuck them. He's like, they come in here and steal from me. I'm pretty sure that's the guy I watched beat 2 dudes with a broom handle behind the cash register as he let them get back there. They were like kind of closed in a little bit. He could tell they were jumping the counter. He beat the dog shit out of them with a mop. It was great.
Yeah, dude. Some of them, it's great. Like I can go down. There's what is it? It's Lakeside Mart. I have that man. Like him and I talked to the point he's ordering me vapes. Like I'm going to him now for my vapes rather than the other store I go to. And he's like, "Yeah, buddy, I got you." He's like, "My normal distributors. He's out of country right now, but when he gets back, I got you." And I'm like, "All right, man." Like he sends me updates on it, and I'm like, "Shit, all right, cool." Like I don't want to get on that point of it, but yeah, man. So yeah, guys, that was the cryptid and conspiracy theory quote unquote episode.
It wasn't a conspiracy theory because it was true.
Oh yeah, so that's why I said quote unquote. But
yeah, that was that Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, and obviously the Squonk of Pennsylvania. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, give us that feedback. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if there's anything we can change. So definitely give us some feedback on some stuff, guys. We would love to hear it, whether it be positive, negative, whatever. We're here to listen to it. As always, make sure you hit that like button, that share, subscribe, the whole nine. Share it as much as you possibly can. We would greatly appreciate it. It helps out our algorithm. As
Are
well.
you doing the whole outro because I did the intro?
No, you can go now. Say something.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I
was about to say you can't tell them to leave the hate comments because I started with some jokes and you about cried.
No, I didn't.
Be nice to Steve. He's sensitive.
No. Dude, I wouldn't say I'm sensitive. I'm fucking like I feel defeated.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Feelings. All right, guys. We'll see you again on Monday.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll catch you guys next week. And like I said, next week is going to be the Wild West Legends episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
That's the one I'm excited for.